Hi, so my name's Suzanne and I've been a musician to some extent for most of my life since I was a child. My mum used to teach piano, so when I was a small child we had two pianos in our house and she taught me the basics then. And then at school I learnt recorder and then clarinet at primary school, and then I was in the school band playing the clarinet, and my friend Jonathan was playing the drums, and I thought, they look a bit more fun. So I talked my parents into letting me get a second-hand drum kit, which I put in our sort of utility room. I set it up there and I taught myself really just playing along to all the music that I liked at the time, pop and rock music, whatever I could get my hands on. I just played along, and then I joined a little band at school, and then at GCSE age I did music. I did very well at that, and I got into playing doing more composition and playing with other people. Outside of school I had a little band as well, and then at A-level age I decided not to do music, because I wanted to do art and I didn't want to do two creative options, but I carried on the music outside of school. At school I was in the school band, and then I was in a band with some friends, and I was in a band with some people I knew from outside of school. They were a bit older than me, and at that age I did my first gigs in the county at pubs and bars and clubs, so it was my first experience really of playing live with an audience, apart from in school concerts and band concerts. Then I went to Manchester to study at university. Didn't do anything to do with music there. I did a philosophy, sociology and politics degree, so it was very heady, very intellectually challenging, and it was quite nice to have other interests outside of that, like going dancing. I got really into electronic music at that phase of my life. Didn't do much making of music, a little bit of like just playing with friends, like covers and stuff, but nothing that focused, just more for fun. And then I moved to Brighton after my degree, and a good friend of mine, Leanne, said, do you want to play drums with me in my band? She'd been doing lots of music as a singer-songwriter. Leanne Hall, you can look her up. She's done lots of interesting stuff. And I did various projects with her. We did something called John Peel Session, which was a big deal at the time. It's a bit like being on a Six Music programme of the era. We went to BBC Studios in London, Maida Vale, and did a recording there, and then that was played with like dialogue from the DJ about our work. That was quite exciting. And around that time I was in multiple bands, and I played at festivals, I played at some of the smaller stages, Glastonbury Festival with several of my bands in the late 90s, early noughties, and played gigs all over the place, mainly like self-generated gigs through contacts, networks, asking people, finding out about opportunities, but also some of it was for work. I was in a swing cover band at that time, and we did quite a lot of paid gigs, which were like at events, like swing events specifically, but also things like Cheltenham race course, other race courses, private functions, restaurants, high-end events, and that was a large part of my income at that time. I was self-employed and I did gigs basically for a living, and then I moved to Bristol, so I stopped that band and I got involved in some other bands. Actually, my two main bands then were in Newcastle. We did a lot of touring in the UK, the North East, North West, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland. I've done that for a lot of years, and that's still going really. Well, you know, given if there wasn't a lockdown everywhere. And part of that in recent years has been we've been commissioned to write some music for specific projects. So one project we're working on is with a visual artist called Lambert. She won something called the Turner Prize, which is a pretty big prize if you're a visual artist. In 2017 she won that, and we've been doing some work with her since then with one of my Newcastle bands, which is called Mush. But there's also helpfully two bands called Mush. We're the original one, but we didn't patent our name. But anyway, we're online, Mush Newcastle, you can find us. And also the other band in Newcastle is Jem Andrews, and that's more like alt country Americana. Jem had a baby a couple of years ago, so we've not been doing so much, but we will be again when we've got the freedom to travel. We've done some recordings on a small label and had some nice reviews. So, I mean, I would say if you've got any interest, go for it. You can find opportunities, you can make opportunities, you can do things with your friends, you can find local people that will help you out, talk to your local venues, talk to your local radio stations, they've always been really supportive. Also talk to your local online stations, TV, podcasts, whatever you can think of, or make your own and share stuff with people and support other people doing their things, and that helps you with your own work as well. And I mean, I've always done music in parallel with other things in my life. It's never been my 100% focus, but that's meant that I've had an income that I haven't needed to get from music solely, which has taken the pressure off. But it's been such an amazing part of my life. I've had so many interesting adventures. Been to America, forgot to mention before, when I lived in Brighton. We did a tour of the West Coast, and it's a great way to meet people, work with other people, work in a team, learn new stuff, visit new places, try things out. I just think try stuff out, say yes to things, even if they seem impractical or silly. You never know where they lead to, and you never know what people you'll meet by doing them and what that will then lead to later on. That's all from me. Hope that makes some sense to you. And yeah, enjoy your creativity. It's yours to explore in whatever way you want to take it.